craftable weapons.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Big
realistically, we can do this GM in 7 minutes.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, actually, I got a really good crucible roll for the glaive.
Nice.
I used it to go flawless in trials, actually.
Finch, picking up some dense
You used it to go flawless in trials? That's hilarious. Dude.
Yeah.
I got carried too. You know, it was like a carry stream, but I did technically use it all the way. And apparently it's good against cheaters because if you're blocking and they're sniping at you, they're fucking aiming at you.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, they can't really headshot you as easy. Because I went against some legit cheaters because I was getting carried by 2 PC guys who were just, you know, ridiculously good. But,
Yeah, no, I totally get it, dude.
and I got just really lucky winning a raffle. I just watched some different streams a couple days in a row and finally was able to get one. I'm just not good enough to go on my own.
No, I feel that, dude.
That or take a long time.
Don't blame me on that one.
You know, 'cause usually I'll be at the top of the leaderboard, but you know, it's you know, I want to be playing with people that are better than me so I can learn for one. You know, I'm not trying to be like the typical like, oh, it's my teammate's fault that I can't go flawless, you know. But typically that is what seems to happen. That you know, they run out and die, and then it's like a 1v3. You know, I get 1 or 2 kills, and that's it. I don't know if you know or not, there's a new shader every time another episode comes out for Trials.
Oh, no, that's cool. Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't really do trials, so.
Right. The shader from this time around, they've been old ones that they've brought back that, like, they would only drop on Trials, like, weapon or armor exclusively, and now they're, like, making them available to put on other stuff.
Nice,
This
nice.
one's from all the way back in Witch Queen this season.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't even know there was one back then, but apparently there was. It's tagged from that season and everything. But I don't know what they're gonna do for the next episode. There might not even be one for all I know, unless they make a new one.
Years.
Tell you a little update for you about where I work at, or where I used to work. They pretty much laid me off by Christmas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they like a week into December, they're like, yeah, we're gonna close this store by the end of the month, so you're not gonna have a job.
Oh, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
You work at GameStop?
So, no. I did in the past. This was a small cell phone company.
I got
They had another store that they were like, you can apply for there, but we're not guaranteed you'll get the job, or you can take a severance package, which was honestly kind of small.
you. Right.
You know, but I was like, I'll just take the guarantee and see what I can manage. But I got an interview next Thursday somewhere, so that's promising.
I feel you, dude.
You know.
Yeah, I know a bunch of GameStops closed at Christmas, and then they just closed a bunch of GameStops today. The GameStop across the street from my house, that was my first job ever, is closing today, unfortunately.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're not even doing a big blowout sale. All the materials just going to other stores.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't do that. No. They do the fucking local one I have, the manager there is such a piece of shit.
Really? That's a
I fucking
bummer.
yeah. What happened actually?
See, what had
whenever I
happened
on,
was.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just joking. That was a joke. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're good. Well, I bought at another store far away. I bought a game, and the girl that checked me out definitely intentionally did it because she didn't ask me. She added a game warranty without asking me, and I didn't realize until I looked through the receipt when I got home. And that kind of pissed me off. But I know you're able to return them anywhere, you know, especially if they didn't add it on there legitly. And I even called like corporate briefly to talk to them, so I'd have like some kind of reference number in case some guy was like, oh, they've changed that or something. So I went to the store to, you know, get my money back for the fucking warranty, and he was just like, oh no, you can't do that. And I was like, no, you can, and this is why. He got pissed off, just started like angrily like throwing his hands around and like doing the return and just like cursing under his breath. He's just like such an, and every time I've seen him in there, he's just been such an asshole. Like anyone
There's no
talks
reason
to.
for that, dude. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
yeah,
it's
like
not-
technically, like those kind of policies, yeah, you're not. I'm gonna be completely honest. You're not technically supposed to get a return on those. But you know, I mean, if it was sold
Oh, no,
to you
you
by,
you can on a game warranty.
I
I
used-
was a manager there.
I've
you're
never
able
had
to,
that
at
happen.
least when I was there.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I can't imagine that you would get a refund on the game warranty. But I mean, if you're returning the game, I guess. But I mean, it was my first job ever, so you got to remember, like, this was years and years ago. So I don't know.
Oh, you know, I was a manager there for a few years. So,
Yeah.
you could even return pro memberships if you didn't know that.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, because some people would be falsely signed up for those too.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Because I looked up the review for this GameStop after I left, like
Yeah.
on Google, and there were like multiple complaints about the same employee who rang me up where they'd been sold game warranties and pro memberships without asking.
That's fucked up,
And I
dude.
was
Yeah,
like,
you can't be doing that shit. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's a big no.
it really made me mad because it like.
Well, I mean,
even though
too.
it was, like,
If you
just
worked at
$3,
GameStop, you
it's
know
just-
how shitty that is. Like, you know. Like,
Yeah. It was like it was just like stealing money from me, you know.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what pissed me off, you know. And I'm like, it's not even like this fucking bitch who rang me up like got to keep it, you know. She was just doing it for sales goals. And
Right.
I'm like, how shitty is that, you know?
Yeah.
I'd almost respect it more if someone just stole the money so they could pocket it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That was, but yeah, where I had worked at that store in North Carolina, I knew you could return,
I got you.
you know, but I wanted to, you know, have.
I've never done that, so
Backup
I don't
thing.
even. Yeah.
Oh, it's just a sad issue that would happen with other stores sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
So we'd run into it.
I get you.
But yeah, that dude,
Oh,
he's
what
like
the fuck?
so angry everyone he talks to. It's wild.
No need for all that, dude. Just like,
Yeah, he's just
dude, it's like a
Obviously
couple
very
fucking
unhappy.
bucks, too. It's like not even that big of a deal, dude. Like, relax, bro.
no, because it hurts their like warranty.
Oh, I
metrics
know.
Or whatever,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
no
yeah.
one cares about that. You know, it's not. It's such a small, this one warranty.
Yeah, it's just such
you
a
know?
small thing compared to like what is. I mean, so like pre-orders are just they're a metric to simply, guarantee sale at a store. That's
Right.
it. Like that doesn't.
Yeah.
That is not the end all be all. That
Yeah,
those
that's
kind of
part
numbers
their
aren't the end
old
all be
circle
all.
of life stuff.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
silly.
Pre-orders lead to games being used, which they'll trade them in to get other new games with, and
That's right.
they'll buy game warranties on used games. Yeah, their old little circle of life thing.
Yeah, I mean, I never traded in games. I did when I was younger, and then I learned how dumb that was, and then I never did it again because of how little
Yeah, I
they give you
regretted
game
it.
stuff. Stop,
Yeah, you really have to look at how much they're offering you.
Well, now with the internet too, it's just not even worth it. In the past, like GameStop
No.
was like one of the few places you could do that, but now the internet, you sell anything at any time, anywhere. It's just like,
Yeah, pawn shops the only thing that's probably worse than that.
yeah,
They're the original people that ripped everyone off.
yeah.
You know.
There's this place in Nashville that I really like called McKay's that is kind of the ultimate place for that stuff.
Yeah, I got one in Winston. I know McKay's.
Yeah. Now I like McKay's though, but the
Yeah.
thing is, you kind of don't have to. You gotta know how to work McKay's. It's one of those places that like
Right.
you sometimes things are going to be incredible deals, and sometimes it's a rip off. So you just got to know what to look
That's
for
where
and be
I
an
got the-
expert.
Oh yeah, that's where I got those hats at. I was telling you about. The
Did you
Destiny
really?
ones.
That's
I
hilarious.
got them at McKay's.
Dude, I love
Yeah,
McKay's. That's hilarious. Yeah, there's
that's
a one in
funny, 'cause
Nashville I used to go to. One of my friends was a manager, and so just so you know the way that their system works, when they buy something in and price it, they will always reprice it at the last sold price. They do not relook up like the most recent price. They always sell it at the last sold price, and that's their whole model essentially.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Because if a person's willing to buy it at that price, they're willing to sell it again at that price, you know? Simple. Even if
Right,
it's not in the market spectrum a great price, you know?
Yeah, I trade in a lot of stuff there, like movies and stuff. You know, there's some guy at a local flea market that I buy movies from.
McKay's will
he
give
gives
you
me, like,
a decent amount, though, for, like, what you're asking. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. This guy gives me like digital codes for free, like for where I have like a Vudu account where I watch movies digitally. So
Oh, nice. dude.
usually I'll buy some movies from him as like a thanks.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
'cause
yeah.
I feel bad to just take the codes from him.
Right, right.
Typically, I'll just try to get the more valuable ones, and you know, I'll sell those. So like whatever I'm paying him, I'm getting back at least that or more in trade when I take them to McKay's.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll buy like retro games and stuff from McKay's with them. You know, assuming they're like a decent deal. You know.
Right, right. Yeah, I used to collect
'Cause,
board games, and McKay's was a really great place to hunt for those. Because a lot of times McKay's wouldn't know how to price board games. So, like, if you knew what you were doing, you could find good stuff. Like, one of the rarest games I own, the Battlestar Galactica board game. That game does not go for less than like 125 to 120, you know, $100 or so, just because of the nature of how rare it is. And I found a copy there for $25, unopened, one time.
Oh, it's awesome.
Which was really cool. You know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Or like Starships, Starfarers of Catan, I'm probably gonna die. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Yeah, I'm dead.
That as well.
Don't die, Nikki.
I'm behind you,
Not
Nick.
good. This not good.
Get him, then
Good
get
job.
me.
Yeah, I think I got eager edged into some screams earlier.
I think I have the wrong... Yeah, I have the wrong grenade launcher on. That's why I died, unfortunately. I don't have my unrelenting one on. But, yeah, I used to go to McKay's like once a week and hunt
Still
through the-
Nashville? Or-
No, I'm in the Memphis area now. But I mean, I grew up in Memphis,
okay.
and then I lived in Nashville for a while. And I go to Nashville several times a month, though. So, like, I'm there pretty regularly.
Did you hear about the McKay's road trip thing they did?
Okay, yes, one of my friends did it, and he told me it was a complete and utter disaster.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's one of the people that made the stupid decision of going to Mebane first.
They went to the
Even though he
one
lives in
that had
Tennessee.
the giant line, like absurd.
Yeah, that's Mebane. Yeah.
Yeah, and
see, for
they
some
did-
reason,
they
people
did
from
compensate.
fucking Tennessee
Yeah.
went to North Carolina first, like idiots.
That's wild, dude.
I don't, nothing against your friend, but everybody from Tennessee went to North Carolina first because there was like an hour time advantage to do that. So
Oh,
like,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I did the trip too. It was totally not worth it, but like ridiculous how kind of how funny it was.
Oh yeah.
the
So
scope of
they
things.
did get the compensation for it. You know, at the
Yeah.
end of it, they just didn't even ask them to go to the final store or whatever. They were just like, yeah, here. You know, I can't imagine how much money they lost doing that. Like seriously, just.
Oh yeah.
They told me that it was
a lot of
so
people
bad
gave up.
the cops were literally just like, you guys can't be here. Like just too many people.
Oh yeah, fucking! They shut Knoxville down because there were so many people there.
Yeah.
They had heat strokes.
That's
they had
wild.
like 5 people got hospitalized for like heat strokes and stuff.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, I kid you not, because we were on our way to Knoxville and they closed it down.
That's so wild, dude.
So we went to Mebane, waited like it was a whole ridiculous thing. Like McKay said do not get here early. Do not like they had like a bunch of rules, and almost everybody ignored that. They like don't camp out. A bunch of people did that, so like there was already massive like traffic issues and like just tons of people who got there at like 5 and 6 a.m. who weren't supposed to.
Right.
And then the workers should have just went ahead and handed them out then because there were too many people to begin with.
Right.
But then they were like having people come inside one at a time, signing like waivers and stuff, which made it take way longer. Eventually they gave up on that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You get to go right back into another one. Or...
Let me see what I got.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm sure it was just absolutely balls to the walls, fucking insano membrano kind of stuff.
I was ready to give up because like I was out in the heat for, we were waiting in line, hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
Probably like 4 hours in line. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And multiple other lines had formed, so people were cutting and this and that. Eventually, I just went inside and kind of like acted like I cut in line myself because so many other people had.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
Because I was like, if I don't leave, like I can't stand in the parking lot anymore. I already waited over 4 hours.
Yeah.
It was time.
Yeah, I get it, dude. Yeah. Dude, that's wild,
and then
man.
we only ended up having to go to Chattanooga after that because it was so late there. They were just like, screw it, just give them the full 800 in credit.
Whoever came up with that idea, you know what that idea makes me think about? It makes me think about when in The Office, Michael has the golden ticket.
What? Sorry. Okay, I love you.
It makes me...
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It makes me think about when Michael has the idea, the golden ticket idea, where he's going to stick a golden ticket in the office into, like, a ream of paper.
The paper.
And they accidentally end up giving the golden ticket to their biggest customer. And it's going to lose them an absurd amount of money. It makes me think about that. It's like the lunacy.
Oh, are you ready to go back in?
Sorry, give me just a moment. Oh, it's not double rewards, is it?
It is.
Is it? Okay.
Yep, double loop.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah, I'll have some more interesting details to tell you about. It was wild.
Dude, I'm sure it was absolutely bonkers.
There are people from fucking Texas and Massachusetts that went there too. And I'm like, why are you here? They were like, well, we used to go there and we just heard about it. And I'm like, are you just going to spend all this fucking money at once? Like, they flew there to do it. I'm like,
what?
Your ticket had to cost more than this fucking credit.
Why? Why would you do that?
I don't know. It killed me. There were almost 20,000 people that participated.
That's absolutely insane, dude.
They thought it'd be like 100, which is stupid. I thought it'd be like 1,000.
Yeah.
Because it was like a fucking Tuesday, like a weekday.
You can take
or a Wednesday, like.
Yeah. That's just insane.
I don't know how other people. I don't even know how all those people got that day off. Like it was like a middle of a work day.
Insane, dude.
I wasn't gonna do it until I thought about it, and I was like, well, I don't think that many people would do it. I was wrong. Thought 1,000 would do it.
Right.
It's during a weekday. I was like, that could be kind of fun if me and my wife, my mom and my dad do it. That's 800 a person. That adds up.
Yeah.
So, but hell, yeah, I spent a lot of that credit I got.
Yeah.
I got quite a bit of stuff. I bought a few things in Nashville that next day, like
yeah.
Cave Story is a pretty fun game I have. It's for I bought they've made that on a couple of different consoles, like
that's
PC
cool.
and the Switch and the Wii, but I bought
they had a
3DS copy.
Really cool thing at the I mean, if I had gone and done this trip, I already know what I would have spent it on. They had a limited edition copy of Budokai 3, but it was like a special collector's edition I had never seen before that was like unopened. They had it for $1,400, but the honest truth is the last sold on eBay was $7,000. So they have no idea, had no idea what to price it as. So I would have loved to have owned an original copy of that.
For PS2?
Yeah, dude.
Or was it? Wow, yeah.
Yeah, it came with a
I found
Dragon
that
Ball and
game.
everything. It was like a really weird limited edition version I'd never seen.
You'd have to look that up. That sounds out. You send me a picture if you can.
Yeah, I took pictures of it. It's super cool.
Yeah.
But I thought that was pretty cool. I would have loved to.
Yeah, I
have purchased
remember. I found that game, which the flea market that I go to now is like a hollow shell of what it used to be. It's like
Oh, I'm
pretty
dead.
much only inside vendors.
I fell.
I got Dragon Ball Budokai 3 there, or Tenkaichi 3.
Oh, yeah,
It was
Tenkaichi is the rare one. Yep.
Yeah. It was just $1 there. I got it. I was like
You got-
blown away as a kid.
Oh my god, that's wild, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Budokai
I sold
Tenkaichi
that.
3, now, what the fuck is happening, dude? That game goes for like 250 plus now.
Yeah, I sold it during college for maybe $70 to make a little money years ago, but yeah, that's such an awesome game. It's so many characters in it, like every DBZ or
Okay.
Dragon Ball character you can think of.
What on
That's
God's
pretty
green
exciting.
earth is fucking happening right now, dude? Yeah, dude. I had a friend who was nice enough to give me a copy, and I actually got that
Oh.
copy signed by Vegeta and Goku, which was really cool.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah. Ah, man. Yeah, that game was so much fun.
incredible. Yeah, the Budokai games are definitely like super memorable from my childhood. I loved those games.
I wish they just remaster that game, because, man, that's just so many fucking characters. It's
I know,
awesome.
dude. Did you play
Might be a
Sparking
rights
Zero though?
issue. No, I have not.
Sparking Zero is kind of like the spiritual successor. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's got
Fair.
like everyone in it,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like what you're talking about.
Because, like, I don't know, one character that I remember liking that was where I like the original Dragon Ball a lot was the, like, Devil Man, who's, like, blue from the original Dragon Ball. He
Yeah.
had, like, some crazy powerful move where if you had any impurities in your heart, he could kill you. Tried
Yeah.
it on Goku, but he was innocent, and then Goku beat him up, you know?
That's funny.
But, you know, like, I remember seeing that in, like, the anime, and I'm like, this would, like, literally be
you
the
talking
most
about
overpowered
Deborah?
character ever. No, this was, like, a blue... It was whenever he met his grandpa, like,
Oh, yeah.
as a ghost. Because,
Uh-huh.
like, he was one of the fighters. I think, yeah, is it... Who's that witch? Is it Yavata?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. You don't have to
That
tell me.
Roshi's sister, maybe? Or
No, she's just a.
Can't remember.
She's just like a. What is happening? Why am I dying so much? I don't know what is occurring now, Jet.
Talk about McKay's ruined us, I
Dude,
guess.
I know.
that road trip's coming to this.
I know,
Energy.
dude. Oh my god.
But yeah, Knoxville was crazy. They got that store got shut down by the fucking fire department.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah, because like multiple people had heat strokes in the parking lot. Because, I mean, if you saw some of the people that went there, you know, they're like, I mean, I'm in bad shape, but I don't know how some of these people were standing in line for so long. You know, like, oh, I felt bad for them. You know.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Dumb decisions give you dumb results. So,
Yeah.
it's pretty wild, dude.
Yeah, and things at Mebane would have been way better if they handled it better. They should have just had like multiple employees in the parking lot just saying, here's a ticket, run, get away, get out of the line. But they were just doing it as slow as humanly possible the entire time. And whenever I got mine and we had left, they had actually finally started to do that, where they were just having people go to the parking lot and hand out tickets. They had finally wised up, but you know, too late. You know, I'd already been in line for God knows how long,
Yeah.
hours.
So the real question is, was it worth it?
You know, in the moment, absolutely not. But now that I'm over it, yeah, it
Yeah.
was, I guess. Because I bought a lot of cool stuff with that credit, you know.
Yeah.
My wife got a lot of books she liked. I got some really cool vintage Star Wars Hallmark ornaments. that
Nice.
Someone traded in like a lot of.
Yeah, there's no telling how much money they lost, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, everyone was like, they're just going to go up on the prices of everything. And I'm like, I don't think they have the time to even do that.
Yeah, no.
Like, they have so much inventory. I'm like, they're definitely not going to do it even by the next day because all these poor employees are exhausted. You know.
Yeah.
You know. So I was like, maybe
That's also
they'll
just
give
not how
people.
that's not how their business model works, anyways. Yeah.
No, I was like, the only thing they'd maybe do is start giving a little less in credit for a while.
Yeah. They're all about rotation. You know, rotate in, rotate out. That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, 'cause your store in Nashville is huge too. It has the
Yeah,
whole
dude.
upstairs part.
It's big, man.
Which Winston actually might be bigger. It
Really?
doesn't have an upstairs part, but yeah, that's it used to be the tiniest little like nook ever,
Yeah.
and they just bought like a warehouse basically.
Yeah, my buddy who used to run their front of house, he's like, I swear to God, we could run a better store than they do. You know, he had so many problems with little things, and he ended up leaving and was just really irritated because he's like, these guys don't want to make money. They don't want to make money. They don't want to be like, you know, efficient or anything like that. He was just like, they would literally tell me I was doing too good of a job and to do less work. And he's like, dude,
Really?
this is just dumb, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, because you'll run into things that are weird when you trade in stuff sometimes. Like some things that they always take no matter what, they won't take. You know,
Yeah.
and then if you bring them back next time, they take them.
Yeah.
It's like, just depends what employee kind of looked at it. You know.
Right.
Like pens and shit, they always take those. They don't give you much for them, but you know that's something they always take because they sell them for like, you know, I don't know, 25 cents.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, that's funny because I remember Tony was kind of like I was trying to explain what the store was like that I got them from.
That's
Those
funny.
hats, but
Yeah.
They were all there. What did I pay? 20 each for them? I can't remember.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, McKay's is great. It's basically buy, sell, trade for everything a nerd could ever dream of. That's the way that I describe it.
Yeah.
It's like a small Walmart for nerds,
Yeah.
but you can
'Cause,
buy and sell and trade stuff.
Right, yeah. And yeah, I pretty much just do movies there now, but yeah, I'll go get vintage games, and if you look, you'll find some good prices, you know, some things that slip through the cracks.
You gotta hunt. That's the thing. And I used to hunt a lot because I used to find, I loved buying deals. But then, you know, I kind of got wise to the fact that, like, here's the thing. The amount of time that you spend sometimes hunting for things justifies you just going and buying it new. Because,
Right.
like, the amount of time that you spend hunting for halfway good things, it's like you could have just gone and bought the exact thing you wanted, paid a little bit more, and saved all the time. So once you start to wise up to how valuable time is, you start to not do that
Right.
as much, you know. Though,
Yeah.
is it still fun? Yeah, it is still fun, and I still do it, you know, and sometimes it's still worth it, but, you know, I definitely in older age have started to do a little less of it, you know,
Right.
just for the simple fact of that, you know.
Yeah. Like, if I had, like, which that place has been around when I was young, but if I had known about it more when I was, like, because it's like an hour away from where I live, but,
Yeah.
like, as a kid, that place would have been, like, the coolest thing ever to me. You
That's
know?
right. Yeah.
You know, so that, probably something I imagine you wish you had, like, discovered as a kid, too.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
and I used to do so when I was younger too. I used to really be into clothing, so I loved like hunting a goat for like really rare finds or things that were definitely
Yeah.
underpriced. You know, I got a leather jacket for $20 or something like that. You know, things like that.
Yeah.
And I really got into board games for a while. That's actually what got me into McKay's, and that's how I met my best friend, Ethan. We met at McKay's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was telling him, I was like, I'm obsessed with board games, and I want people to
And
play
he's the
them.
one that went on the trip, you said, right?
What'd you say? No,
He's
Ethan
the
did
one that
it.
went on that trip.
Ethan did it.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
one of my other good friends, who is really into board games as well, funny enough. Their name is Sudden, and they went on that trip.
Okay.
Yeah, they were telling me it was like crazy.
Yeah, they, for some reason, everybody from Tennessee, I guess, wanted, I mean, it makes sense they wanted to end there, I guess, because for my family, we were like, well, we'll start in Mebane and then end in Tennessee so we can spend like a day or two in Nashville, you know, because we went to the Johnny Cash Museum, like the Country
Country
like-
Music Hall of Fame. Yep.
yeah, Country Music Hall of Fame, yeah. Did a few different things. Johnny Cash Museum, that was cool.
Oh yeah, dude, I know exactly where that's at.
I do
Yeah,
love
man,
Cash.
Country Music Hall of Fame. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Many
So
good times.
We kind of wish we had Yeah, we wish we had a little more time to spend there, but it was kind of like a situation where I was like, I talked to my boss about it because I didn't want to just call out the day of and lie, but she was cool enough to be like, yeah, I'll just say you have a family emergency. I just won't say what it is.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And I was, that's cool because, I don't regret doing it ultimately because it was like even though it didn't go the best, it was still technically like a once in a lifetime experience, not, because going to all those places, doing that, and meeting some interesting people. I'm almost shocked there were no fights in the parking lot during all of that. It's something you didn't know too, in fucking Mebane, there was like a Walmart miles away. Multiple people had taken Walmart carts, bought drinks up from there, and were selling them for like $8 a piece in the parking lot.
Dude, what? Dude, that's goofy as hell, man.
They would take the cart, like, no joke, like 5 miles from the store, pushed it all the way down to the store, and were selling drinks and stuff for, no joke, like $8 a bottle for water and Gatorade. And
dude, they took the Walmart cart all the way from the store back to McKay's?
Yes.
That's freaking
and
wild,
it's like
dude.
5 miles away too, like no joke. It was, they had to go so far with it. And they weren't even selling cold drinks. They were like warm Gatorade.
Oh my god, dude, what? That's crazy, dude.
And they were getting so much hate. And like I don't even know if McKay's called them in or who did, but a snow cone like van pulled up and started selling shit.
Bro, that's fucking hilarious, dude.
There were so many idiots that went there that day. There were local houses near the McKay store that's in Mebane, as it used to be a Greensboro, North Carolina store.
Uh-huh.
And multiple people parked in people's fucking driveways, so they were getting towed. Apparently no one ended up getting towed. Like by the time people heard about it, they were like moving their cars. But like multiple tow trucks had to come because so many people were parking in like individuals like personal driveways.
That's wild, dude.
And then those people started to put up signs saying you can park here for $100.
Oh my god, that's freaking hilarious, dude.
Yeah, it was such a wild day, dude. Like so much happened. It was so goofy.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, I literally was like, I'm gonna quit, but my mom was like, we can stay. Like I know you really wanted to do it, and like my fucking sweet ass mom convinced me to stay.
Oh.
Because I felt bad for her waiting in the sun too.
Oh, I get it, dude.
I
Yeah.
know you wanted to do it. And I was like, I'm glad you convinced me, because
Yeah, when you got that many
having
people with you, I mean that's a lot of savings,
Right. Yeah, and having the foresight to. Oh wait, there's a rose. Grab that. Didn't have the foresight to know that they would end up closing the Knoxville store, and we'd only have to go to Chattanooga. So we only ended up going to 2 of the 5 stores we were supposed to.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened to my buddy too. Like, yeah.
He followed the rules, it sounds like, because he was part of the late crowd like me.
Yeah.
They had said, don't camp out and stuff, but it was just horrendous. That's funny. Yeah, I was in that McKay's in Mebane, funny enough, when I found those hats.
That's just funny,
I saw
dude.
the first one, and I was like, oh, it's really cool, what a coincidence. And I saw a second one, and I was like, there has to be a third one.
Yeah. That's funny that you found
Somewhere.
all 3, dude. Those are literally
Yeah.
my favorite. Like, they're just so cool looking for, like, Destiny hats, Like, usually it's like, black cap with, like, an embroidery on it, or something like that.
Right.
But I love the like, patterns.
Colors and
Just
designs on them.
super cool,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
I can't believe it. Someone would trade it in there of all places. I mean, dude probably got like $5 a hat,
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't know, because I mean, he definitely paid a lot more than that. He paid at least 20 each when he bought them.
Oh, for sure.
I
I remember, so
And-
I am very acutely aware of kind of like collectibles and just, I'm very into that stuff. And I remember like, there was I ended up buying one on eBay for $250, but there was a replica Lancer from Gears of War at a store kind of like McKay's. It's a different one though, different company.
Yeah.
I cannot remember the name of the company off. Oh, The Great Escape is what it was called. and they had a Lancer for $100 there, and it was like a great deal. But
That's
of course, I didn't get it because I ended up later getting the one off of eBay. But if I had had the money at the time, I would have, because I love that kind of stuff. You know, I love physical collectibles.
Right. Overload's up top on my crystals here. Overload's dead. Yeah, small world. I didn't even think about where you're, in Tennessee. You know what about that place?
Yeah, dude, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, they got 3 locations there compared to, North Carolina.
North Carolina just got a new location there. That's the Meva one?
Yeah, well, it had Greensboro, and then it turned into the Mebane store.
Okay.
Yeah. So they which I'd rather be Greensboro, honestly. But,
I gotcha.
Mebane's a lot farther out, but...
Makes sense.
Yeah, they get a lot of cool stuff there, too.
Oh, dude, yeah. Case is just cool, too, dude. The books and everything. I mean, dude, the books is just insane. Like, so many, dude. Let me just check a couple things before we hop right back in.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. 100,000 glimmer. Let me go to the tower for just a moment here. Fucking knocks that when the fire department closes you down, that's about as bad as it gets.
Oh, dude, that's absolutely hilarious, man. Like, I can't.
Yeah, that. Because we saw how bad it was, and we were like, you know what? We'll eat at Texas Roadhouse and see what happens by the time we leave here. And like 10 minutes later, they're like, yeah, the fire department shut it down. We're like, yeah, we're glad we didn't go there.
That's
so then we went to Chattanooga. Left there by about 10 o'clock. Got our 800 and left.
Nice.
So, yeah, it worked out pretty smoothly.
Nice. I'm glad, man. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, at the time, it was horrible, but it made for a funny story, down the road.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's crazy that you did
know,
that too, man. That's just really funny.
I'd forgot about the Walmart. I mean, but yeah, no joke. People push those Walmart carts from like 5 miles. Had water, fill it at no ice. It was just, warm Gatorade. It's $8 a bottle.
What the hell, man?
I'm like, I was surprised those people didn't get their asses beat.
Oh yeah,
I was like, that's some serious scalping. Like $8 for a $1 bottle.
That's highway robbery, bro.
Yeah. I was like, oh man, these fucking people. It was crazy.
$8? What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, and people bought them too. Is the crazy thing. Like they were selling a lot of them. No telling how much money they made.
Right.
Definitely illegally too, because that's what solicitation.
Oh boy.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was funny.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, it was so just ridiculous thing with the whole situation.
It's just crazy, bro.
Anyways.
What the hell? so loud.
Was it? Sorry.
No, it's okay. it was really loud. Oh my god, that was the loudest skibbity riz I've ever heard in my life.
That was my. Some friends of mine convinced me to make that my intro sound.
Oh my
I
god,
have a
that's
few
funny.
beats in Nitro.
Oh my
You know
lord.
what? You know what? You want to like context behind that? You know who that is?
No, I don't know who that is actually.
That's one of the members of Sleep Token saying Skibbity Riz from one of his streams.
That's funny. That's random
Yeah.
as hell too. But yeah, I mean, Sleep Token's awesome, dude.
What are y'all up to?
Just jam farming right now. Oh, I'm getting a call from my mom. Let me answer this. Hello?
Let's see. Yeah, just don't do them against the door, but like right there. Yeah. careful with the metal ones. You might want to do them on the other side of the wall. The heavier ones. No, that one's fine. The two Star Wars ones are heavier. Yeah, those I guess you could put against up back that way. Yeah. Still going over there at 5. Okay. You need help with anything? Right. So you can call your dad, maybe he'll help.
I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm ready to go.
Oh,
Oh, well,
Oh,
let me
you're
change one thing. Let me change one thing. Mom just talk and talk and talk and talk.
and you can join us back in orbit whenever
Yeah.
that changed over.
Frostbite, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Good,
Uneventful
good.
day, but that's
Good. Good, laddie. Good to hear it.
yeah.
Glad that you're doing good.
I started Final Fantasy. I think it was day before last. I have no concept of time anymore.
Yeah.
But you're definitely right. It's an extremely slow burn. Nothing interesting has happened yet.
Yeah, the beginning is like ARR is notoriously kind of the slow burn, unfortunately. But the end, like I'd say the middle and the end of ARR do get pretty, they get up there.
Yeah.
It's 5, so it's 2.3 is what we call it. So there's 2 endings. There's the actual expansion ending, and then there's 2.3, which is kind of like an even higher ending than the expansion ending, where they have kind of like bigger stuff happen. So once you hit that, it'll be like really big. Lots of stuff will start happening, and then Heaven's Word is kind of like the saving grace, because Heaven's Word is absolutely incredible. So well written. The music immediately gets even more of an uplift, and that's usually when I started to really love the game. That and the end of ARR, I'd say. But it's worth sticking around for. Like, I cannot recommend it enough. Like, Shadowbringers is literally probably one of the best stories I've ever played in a video game. And so I just think about it like, all this stuff has payoff.
Right.
Yeah.
Is Shadowbringers the one that I don't have access to, or do I?
Yeah, Shadowbringers is the one after. It's after you don't have access to. I mean, Stormblood and Heaven's Ward are amazing. Like, they are. But Shadowbringers is like god tier. Like, it's absolutely incredible. It takes literally all the build up from the past few expansions and just boom. It's crazy, dude.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Wait.
Oh,
Can I
not
change
ready.
it?
Oh.
Sorry, something happened. I changed.
back as
I
well.
made it. Nope, we're good.
Okay.
I pressed the thing
My
and it
bad.
like changed. No, it's okay.
I should have asked. I thought you were joining whenever it was ready. It was
No,
my
it's
bad.
okay. It like undid it when I pressed my laptop on it. But we're good. I fixed it.
Oh, right.
I had
Yep.
time.
Man, yeah, getting to see all that fun
Oh,
yearly Destiny's Dying content.
I know. Frostbite. There's also a video you need to watch. I'll send it to you.
All right.
So, fun fact about Final Fantasy XIV, when it first launched, it was a failure. And they shut down the servers. And when they shut down the servers, they actually made it canon. So, there's a canon event that happens, and the world gets, like, completely destroyed. And there's a giant cinematic cutscene and song that were written for that became a part of the actual story. Yes, it's really good. And having the context of that really adds to the experience. Plus, it's like one of the best songs ever. Yeah, here we go. I highly suggest watching this video. There is, what's really cool too, there's a raid series in the game that when you do it, it actually gives you the second half of that cutscene. So there's more to the cutscene than that, which is cool.
Oh, and
but-
send a picture of that Budokai set too if you have it.
Oh, yeah, I'll do it here in just a moment.
Yeah. I'm gonna end up forgetting about
If
that.
you wanna hook me up with some of that credit, my man. I'm just kidding.
Hey, shit, I spent all of that.
I bet
already.
you did.
Yeah.
I bet
Yeah.
you did.
It did not last long.
No, sir, can't. Not in a place like McKay's, dude.
Okay, this cutscene. Whenever I started the game, they showed me a cut-up version of this cutscene.
Yes, it's not the full thing. That is the full thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, literally they had a countdown timer, and the moon, like in game, got closer to the ground, and then that cutscene played, and they shut off the servers. Yeah, pretty crazy. Yoshi P came back, redesigned the game, and ever since the game has been a huge success. It's the #1 moneymaker for Square Enix now.
Yeah, I'm actually probably gonna end up going there tomorrow, by the way, too.
Nice, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's like a Japanese restaurant, you know, this style where they cook in front of you called arigatos. That I
Oh
like.
yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
And that's in Winston, near where that place is. So I was like, I might stop by there for a little bit.
Right, right.
You know, I got some credit on a slip anyway.
My man, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, if I find any more Destiny themed stuff there, I'll take a picture of it for you or pick it up.
Yeah, please do,
That
man.
you might like.
I would love that. Destiny, Halo, those are my two biggies.
Yeah, I saw some Loot Crate exclusive stuff a long time ago. I kind of wish I picked up. That was
Yeah.
like, it was like a set of patches of all the classes, but I don't know if you'd already have that or not.
No, I have that. That's okay though.
Yeah.
They got a legendary edition copy of Halo 3 up there for $45 with the box at the McKay's in Nashville. I wish I got him that. I already
Is that
have
one
a
with
copy
the,
because
like
I bought one
the
at
set
launch.
of soldiers statue?
No, it's the one that's the Master Chief helmet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But the cool thing is that it came with the box, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, something I wish I fucking picked up long time ago when I went there, when they were at their old location, was it was like a Mortal Kombat I don't know if it was a collector's edition or something, but it's the bookends that you put
I
on
love
the
the
shelf,
bookends.
you know?
I actually want those bookends so bad, dude. I thought about
Yeah,
buying
like
those on
Scorpion and
eBay
Sub-Zero,
a
right?
bunch of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you ever see that again, let a homie know, because I will. I have wanted those for
Oh,
forever,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I like the bookends.
And the only thing close to that era I picked up, and not that long ago, was like a Max Payne 3 statue for like $15.
Oh, dude, what a great deal, too.
Yeah. This is not super valuable, it's just cool to have.
Yeah.
You know? Because this one was actually in good shape too. You
Oh,
know, normally
yeah.
there's like some bullets missing that are at the bottom of the little figure, you know. Oh yeah, has that natural store always had like the big, like factory kind of upstairs, like the elevator and everything? Has it
Yeah, ever
always kind of
since
been
I've
like
been
that?
there, yeah, they did.
Okay. Has that been for like 10 years maybe or so? You think?
I think
or-
so. I'd say so, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was always curious. Yeah, I guess the North Carolina stores got remodeled way later than the Tennessee stores always looked a lot nicer.
I feel that. Yeah.
Wait, what? What that? Yeah, you should. The one in Winston initially, it had like a parking lot that only had probably like 5 spaces.
That's funny, dude.
No joke. They had like people had to park at a church. Yeah. It was near a church and a Dunkin' Donuts, and that was it.
That's pretty funny, dude.
But the store was cool. It was homey, you know. They put all like the best stuff out too. You know, I guess you'd always see the cool stuff out. 'Cause
Right.
I guess where their store is so big now, they pretty much do have everything out. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Besides some books, I'm guessing. You know.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, you'll have to ask your friend who went on that trip if he saw like any of like little memes and stuff people shared about the road trip. There were a lot of really funny ones people shared along the way.
Really? That's
know.
funny.
Yeah,
I
just-
will. I
just-
will.
And yeah, in like comments people said, I remember. Oh shit! Shot in the back by something. Oh, it's like one little raider back here. Yeah, some like middle-aged lady posted like, "Thank the Lord, I'll be dead for their 100th anniversary."
Oh my God! Stop. That's seriously, dude. That's fucked up and hilarious, man.
It was. It's so funny. I was like, man. Yeah, I was like, if they ever do something like that again, it'll be on a much smaller scale. Like, you know, you can do it in a year probably, instead of. Because I think they still offered you $50 if you went to all the stores in a year, which that's obviously not worth it, unless you're just planning on doing it, you know, coincidentally. But who knows? Maybe they'll offer people like half of the money if they visit stores in a year, or 200.
That's actually so funny, dude.
Yeah, that I about died laughing when I read that. Thank the Lord, I'll be dead for their 100th anniversary.
Dude, that's actually so freaking funny. Oh man, the original version of the Master Chief is just so fucking sick looking. God bless Marcus Leto for coming up with that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just looking at something. I was a little ADHD distracted there.
Oh, you good?
Dude, once I start thinking about collectibles, dude, it's Joker. It's kind of why I had to stop going to the case.
Right, yeah, collectibles and stuff. You can definitely find a lot of good prices on those. A
Yeah.
lot, especially if they don't have the box with them, because I think that's something that, as far as I know, they pretty much scan the barcode off everything.
Yeah.
From what I've understood from them. I don't know how they find like little toys. I don't know what they do.
Yeah.
If they just mark them as like random, like, 'cause, you know, I'll see whatever miscellaneous toys.
I got
like,
a giant ass Godzilla for 15 bucks there last time. I was fucking stoked.
oh, that's fucking sweet.
Yeah, dude.
What was it, like McFarlane toys or something? Or?
I actually don't know because it wasn't in the box, but I'll send you a picture. I mean, it's not crazy high quality, you know, it's kind of like toy quality, right? But like,
Yeah.
15 bucks, dude, for a big ass Godzilla? Hell yeah, dude. I don't give a fuck. That's awesome
Yes.
to me.
I remember someone bought something similar to that was like pretty expensive with their like road trip credit because they made a
Yeah.
post about it.
I mean, I own like
They
a
had it at
really,
the Natural store.
I own a really expensive, like high quality like Godzilla too, but you know, that thing was like 200 plus. You know, it's very expensive. So.
Yeah, I love that. Me and my brother watch those movies all the time when we were younger.
Oh yeah, dude, Shin Godzilla. Oh my God, have you seen that?
Yeah, I did. I'm shameful to say that I own it and I have, because when we were younger, I watched every single one. You know,
Yeah.
even like King Kong versus Mecha King Kong. Even that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
You know, King Kong escapes like he like had like an island escape movie, like a second one or something too. Like, all the obscure ones I saw, you know,
Yeah.
versus Gigan, I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The
So,
flat. I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation. The
Yeah.
flower monster.
yeah, I
all
know what you
those.
mean. My my favorite movie last year was Godzilla -1.
Ooh,
Shin Godzilla is probably my favorite Godzilla of all time. If you haven't
he
seen
looks
it,
very cool.
it is incredible. It's made by the guy who made Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Really?
Yes,
Oh,
it's
okay.
absolutely incredible. Dude, the ending, like, there's an ending, like, camera pan that is fucking incredible at the end of the movie. You'll know what I mean when you see
Yeah.
it, but, like, it's kind of horrifying.
Right.
Like, what's really cool is so that version of Godzilla has forms, and there were forms that he had kind of, like, plotted out that he did not put in the movie. So, like, there's a version of Godzilla who becomes humanoid. Basically, a bunch of humans, like, sprout off of him, and that's kind of what he becomes. Then there's a version of like Godzilla that sprouts wings and flies to space, and then there's Cthulhu-Zilla, which literally turns into like a Cthulhu type monster that consumes the universe kind of thing. Like, it's pretty crazy, dude. Now granted, it doesn't get that nuts in the film, but you can kind of see the remnants of that as the final scene of the film, like where Godzilla was gonna go next, and it's kind of horrifying. It's really cool.
Right. Man, yeah. Yeah, he had like all of them on DVD and had them on VHS. You know, Godzilla's son. You know?
Yeah, dude.
Man. Yeah, I think probably my favorite villain is King Ghidorah and Gigan, probably. Gigan's the one with like the scythe hands and the laser looking like the Cyclops looking. What's it called? The like Cyclops from the X-Men looking like little vent on its eyes.
Oh, dude, for sure.
Yeah. What's that one flower one called? It's like starts with a B, but no, I can't think of it. Whatever, like flower, thorn, monster thing we went against. Can't think of
Oh,
it.
yeah. No, I know what you mean.
It starts with a B or something. I just can't think of it. I don't know why I'm not using my heavy.
So you can do that cutscene Frostbite? Still there, Frostbite?
Huh? What?
Oh, sorry. I was just seeing if you got into that video.
Oh yeah.
Nice. That'll add a lot of context, especially for later on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in a phone call. 1 second. Hello? GG's, guys.
Very good.
Nice. I need to hop off for just a little bit. I can hop back on here, I don't know, like in the next 30 minutes. I've just got to go take care of something real quick. So.
All right, that's fun.
Awesome. Cool, cool. I will be right back, boys.
All right, talk to you in a bit.
Yes, sir.
See ya.
I'm just going to mute for a moment. Or just for a bit.